What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And today's video, guys, is basically the second video of good news, the second day in a row of good news, and I have to admit that these news are really impressive and potentially it is the most important news for our case for, I guess, last several months. I will show you an update and I will show you that the subpoena for Gary Gensler is ready and I have to admit that he has to react on it. Then I will continue with the Scott Trott update in regards to his RICO lawsuit. On top of that, I will show you some details in regards to the second RICO lawsuit that was filed by Mark Basile. And to be honest, it was the first one because it was filed before the Scott Trott's RICO lawsuit. On top of that, I have to admit, guys, that the wrongdoers are scared to death and they are nervous right now, and I will show you what I'm talking about. And at the end of this video, I will share my personal story. That is why, guys, please watch this video till the very end, because it is very important for me personally. And before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. So guys, let's start with this tweet that was published by Scott Trott just 19 hours ago. He wrote, "Okay folks, here's the link to Plaintiff Trott's motion for a preservation order pursuant to FRCP 26C filed yesterday, 16th of August 2024 in US District Court in Vermont. Here is the link to this document, and let me quote you further. Those of you with limited time should skip to pages 11 and 13. I'm sure Professor James Angel and Ari will not appreciate either my writing style or my frank assessment of their character. FINRA allowed TRCH QSIP to be issued to biotech in April, and there is no way that was done by accident, as per QSIP Global has about a half dozen fail-safes in the QSIP issuing process to prevent that from happening. It had to be done for several reasons: to further contaminate TRCH records and thus MMTLP trade history data, or at least provide an oopsie excuse in US District Court. Gary Gensler was served a subpoena yesterday at around 11 AM. And guys, this is a very important news. He has to react. Gary Gensler has to react on this update. I no doubt expect Brand X to try and quash the subpoena under FRCP 45, but at least we are finding the range of these people, and my conviction is simple. They have to win every round. We only have to win one, and the dam breaks for all of us. And guys, I have to say that Scott is extremely active right now, and his RICO lawsuit is on fire. He is working hard, and he achieved for the last couple of months mind-boggling results. Let me show you some details in regards to his filing. So, 17 hours ago, he wrote this. Excerpts from my yesterday's filing in US District Court. Anyone who has screwed in MMTLP can readily ID them all in these two jackals. And let me quote to paragraph 32. As soon as MMTLP shareholders took to social media, Congress, the SEC and FINRA in December of 2022, in that tsunami of sleaze breathtaking in its audacity, Angel never disclosing his deep ties to Rubinstein or that he was paid by FINRA to operate intelligent cross for FINRA in FINRA's Securities Exchange operation, coupled with JP Morgan in XADF, and under the Nasdaq-administrated UTC plan, claimed he was an MMTLP shareholder and attacked management of NBH for not making NBH publicly tradable. Angel roamed the halls of Congress like a Ferrea Natura, smothering attempts by shareholders to explain the situation with MMTLP. And in fact, Angel repeatedly told congressmen and their staffers that MMTLP shareholders did not have accurate numbers. So guys, how ridiculous is that the MMTLP shareholder, so-called MMTLP shareholder, says that shareholders did not have accurate numbers? Next one. Number 26, 27 and 28. FINRA never fixed the twin QCIP numbers for MMTLP and MMAT and MMTLP. E-bond villains, SOFAs, and the nutty professor, or the overstock squeeze of January 2020, was the template used by the same people to destroy MMTLP. Overstock.com is an online retailer specializing in discounted goods of all kinds, but in the period of 2019 and 2020, had significant sales of furniture to include sofas, bedding, tables, and outdoor furniture. The same cast of characters that surfaced in the MMTLP debacle was at work refining their techniques and tactics in the Overstock.com squeeze, though the results were markedly different. Rubinstein, as he certainly did in MMTLP, was able to both reprise his rarely role as a bond villain and get a preferred dividend trading without the company's permission. He immediately made naked shorting the rule of thumb for hedge funds and other predatory market animals to show up and attack Overstock through his GTS securities trading platform. And guys, I have to say that Mr. Rubinstein used the same template for different stocks during his actions for last several years. And this is another evidence that this action and this activity should be stopped. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Marcus wrote this and reposted it, and Marcus wrote, "It's tragic and appalling, not comic, to see that our regulators and legislators are looking at this thing called MMTLP fiasco and on the surface washing their hands. It's appalling that our tax dollars and the money collected from our trading fees diligently spent against us. They use the funds to lie in courts and continue to defraud and defame us on social media, ultimately severely impacting our lives. This has been happening for the past 20 months, and it is a blatant attempt to silence us. But behind the curtains, it's all a web of lies, criminal activity and manipulation." Professor James Angel, who has a company called Intelligent Cross LLC, is a registered participant in the obscure exchange XADF run by FINRA. The same professor, viewed as an intellectual authority on our capital markets, who allegedly only holds one share of MMTLP, went to Washington DC to visit Congress members on his dime, maybe not, to convince and dismiss from the members' mind the MMTLP situation. Why would he go there to talk to Congress members while holding one MMTLP share? If this doesn't raise serious questions about his role in the MMTLP fiasco, I have a bridge to sell it to you. But within this tragic situation, which has been going on for 617 days without an end in sight, it's absolutely encouraging to see the bravery and fight in every person of this community to this very day. Be it in courts, social media, writing thousands of letters on the streets, on their phones, or driving hours to town hall meetings. You are the true heroes and true Americans. Your actions are inspiring and deeply impact future generations of this country and possibly globally. I salute you all and thank you for your hard work. Lastly, Scott wrote, "You are an absolutely genius, sir. Thank you so much for your hard work and for compiling this research into 108 pages." And guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Scott Trott because of his hard work. And on top of that, guys, about some details about James J. Angel. Let me show you somewhere here. Scott, Social Watch wrote this 17 hours ago. One other point, Scott. Apparently, he owns the patents for dark pool, so he knows the inner workings. How is he allowed to trade in the market? He claimed as a shareholder of MMTLP. If we see one link of him advising or guiding on MMTLP prior to halt, it is a violation. And Scott Roth responded to this. Great points. So guys, as you can see, James Angel is not a random person. He knows a lot about the structure of the market, and that is why someone sent him just one MMTLP share, and that is how he could legitimately say that he is an MMTLP shareholder, but guys, definitely he is not. I don't own any shares of MMTLP or Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, but I'm more MMTLP shareholder than he is. So let's continue with another update, at this time from Mark Basil's RICO lawsuit. And Mark reposted this tweet that was published by KeyCap. And KeyCap refers to this filing that Mark made just 2 days ago. And let me quote you just some details. Here is the footnote number 6. FINRA has failed to initiate any disciplinary action against its member brokers, including TradeStation, for the admitted failures of its member brokers to cover no less than 2.65 million shares shorted, as well as for failures to maintain physical possession of its customers' securities, such as TradeStation's failure to maintain plaintiffs' Next Bridge shares. And guys, definitely we don't have any update from FINRA in regards to 2.65 million shares shorted that FINRA admitted in their FAQ. On top of that, take a look right here. The footnote number 7. This court should direct an in-camera review of FINRA's blue sheet and consolidated audit trail data, as well as issuing an order directing FINRA to provide the court with a comprehensive and accurate share count of the MMTLP security to determine whether FINRA failed to initiate disciplinary proceedings against its member brokers for violations of state and federal securities laws and regulations. And another one, let me quote you the conclusion. Simply stated, if FINRA had not permitted the listing exemption for the MMTLP shares utilizing incorrect and outdated information, the MMTLP shares would never have started trading and FINRA would never have been required to implement an exceedingly rare U3 halt on the MMTLP shares without warning, catching metamaterials, MMTLP shareholders and its member brokers by surprise. Because FINRA took the regulatory actions indeed, it became impossible for TradeStation to fulfill its obligations under the agreements and comply with state and federal securities laws, leading directly to the dispute between plaintiff and TradeStation. For the reasons set forth herein, plaintiff respectfully requests that the court deny TradeStation's motion to compel arbitration and stay this action, and grant plaintiff's cross motion to disqualify FINRA from acting as the dispute resolution service mandated by the agreements between plaintiff and TradeStation. Plaintiff invites FINRA to explain itself before this court how its extra-regulatory conduct was not wrong with the facts and data that indicates its bias in this matter. Plaintiff expects that this court is the ideal forum for FINRA to provide information and a detailed explanation to properly account for its regulatory and other activities and to answer both shareholder and congressional inquiries outstanding for more than 600 days. Guys, I have nothing to add to this statement, to this conclusion, and I have to say that these two lawsuits, in my opinion, are the most important lawsuits in our entire case. Let me show you another tweet from Mark Basil that he wrote 11 hours ago in response to the tweet that was written by Susie Surfer. And Susie wrote, and for those that think Mark Basil is not on our team, I say go pound sand. Mark Basil, thank you. And Mark wrote, most of them have been brainwashed by the chosen ones. Unfortunately, they don't know what I know. As my client case goes, so too will MMTLP, like it or not, and there is a lot more to come. So guys, I have to say that Mark Basil has a lot more information from his investigation, and you know that he have been working for quite a long period of time with Wes Christian, and Wes Christian investigated our case as well. He's been working for quite a long period of time with John Burda, and I have to say that his team is working diligently on this case as well. That is why, guys, I have to say that Mark knows what he's talking about, and definitely he will drop even more bombshells in upcoming weeks and months. So guys, take a look on the Rare DD's recent tweets. He works extremely hard in order to dig deeper inside the U3 halt panel. And let me quote you what did he write just recently. 17 hours ago he wrote, for context, we now know for a fact that Patricia Casimates was in contact with metamaterials before she was referenced by Sam Dreddy in the November 29, 2021 FOIA email. This reinforces what we were already able to assume. Casimates and FINRA knew that the information used to get MMTLP tradable was out of date by decade, but they refused to halt trading just over a month after it became tradable. Why? Even though the exemption used to get MMTLP tradable was legal, using the fraudulent information was not. Why did FINRA and the SEC aid and abet the criminals that took part in this crime? Who are the redacted names in the FOIA emails? And guys, we still don't know who was these people who received these emails as well. And if under these blacked out lines it is the name of Gary Gensler or Robert W. Cook, this means our case becomes even more important for the entire retail community than any other cases on the market. On top of that, he added this. Then add to this that Patricia Casimates was on the FINRA UPC committee that sabotaged and U3 halted the MMTLP corporate action. Can she really expect anyone to believe that the ticker wasn't under extra scrutiny? It was no accident that they inserted the incorrect information. It was clearly their plan to ignore the Rule 6490 review process and just pretend to discover an embedded issue afterwards, in my opinion. At the time of the U3 halt, Casimates already had 2 decades of experience and her name appears on every deficiency notice I've ever seen. So, why did MMTLP corporate actions slip through the cracks? It's obviously because FINRA created and then revised the MMTLP corporate actions without input or approval from metamaterials. And guys, definitely, this investigation leads to quite interesting actions. For example, the CEO of Virtu Financials is scared to death, and I can say it because of this set of tweets. You can see that 100MPH reposted the tweet that was published by Chat Mojo on August 17th, and this is about 1.5 minutes long video with the set of tweets that were written by Doug Sifu. And Chat Mojo wrote, "Holy crap, Doug Sifu has anger issues." And if you click on this video, you can see that there is a bunch of tweets from 2023 and 2024. The latest one, as you can see, somewhere at the end of July. And each and every tweet that he posted has a lot of anger. And I have to say that it is another evidence that these potential wrongdoers, guys, is scared to death because of our actions. And all of these actions might lead to the resolution where he and his company will have to pay all the damages that was brought by him and his company to the retail investors. And that is why, guys, we are on the right path and we have to win this battle. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. bad. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap.